That wasn't the plan. Well, hey, Courtney.
Hey, girl.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Do you have a...
I do want to let you know, very sad thing, because I've been a beater car driver for years. And the car that I have has finally been told by the inspection folk it will not pass.
Oh,
It has a
no.
rejection, and this car has meant so much to me. She's a 2009 Kia. She's rusting on the outside. I can't open the door from the inside.
Wait.
I have replaced the outside door handle on this car on my own. I've replaced both headlights. This car also was given to me by my sponsor and her wife. It was the car that drove me to the mental hospital when I was ready to take my own life and also stop drinking. So I've been drunk in this car. And then she took me to say, it's a long story, but
what's her name?
Kiki. She came with the name. She's a Kia. I'm telling you, I will sing the praises of Kia until the end of time, because this car has almost 300,000 miles on it.
Holy shit, that's a lot. Kudos, Kia.
Right? And I've had to do very minimal, like brakes, tires, that kind of stuff. I did have to replace the windshield at one point, but anyway.
Those are all things that you have to do at least 150,000 miles
for sure.
So
she has, and so it's truly I am sad about it, because my husband has been trying to get me to take one of his many cars, or because he has lots of beaters. I've joined the right family. But anyway,
Courtney, this is like a death.
It's sad.
It's a new chapter
for another year, and then I'll get a new car. I'll collect 4 or 5 no inspection tickets, and then I'll get a new car. That's how I go.
Oh my god! Don't get any tickets. It's the money. It's not worth it.
I've already got one right now.
Take one of Jonathan's cars if he has that many.
He does, and finally all of them are inspected, and that's pretty phenomenal. But I just love this little car. She's just been special to me. So it was a car I could have lived in many a time if I needed to.
Well, yeah. I lived out of one of my cars at one point.
You were a beater driver, but now you're driving don't you drive a Cybertruck now?
Yes, I do. I drive a dumpster.
I knew you'd look good in a dumpster. I'm like, something this woman needs is more trash.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to say hello to everybody, and thanks for listening to That Wasn't the Plan, because it wasn't the plan for me to be driving a dumpster, but here we are in 2025, and we're allowed to drive pieces of shit.
We are, even if we love them wholeheartedly. I love my 2009 Kia.
Hey, it's a good car.
It is.
Why not?
Just because she doesn't open from the inside doesn't.
I was going to ask, how do you get out?
I roll down the window, and I let myself out, and then I roll the window back up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, okay. So I can get out.
Is it like a crank window?
No, this is a fancy car. This is the first car I've ever had that had a key fob that I could unlock it and lock it. It doesn't work anymore, but when I first got it, yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Oh, you've got some good memories with that car.
Thank you.
Oh, Kiki.
Sweet car, Kiki.
Oh,
she knew Rooster, my dog, my old dog. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, the trunk leaks, so it's filled with fungi, which is pretty gross.
That's fun. I accidentally spilt milk in one of the trunks of my car once, and I didn't realize that maybe I did. Yeah, I knew that I had spilled milk, but I didn't really bother to clean it up.
Why were you transporting milk?
To drink? It fell out of the grocery or something.
Oh, the grocery. Okay. I was like, you're going to a party and you're like, I'm going to drink a White Russian, so I'm going to bring...
I was just drinking milk at the party.
Driving your dumpster, drinking milk at the party. I would be like, I want to talk to that girl. I want to know what's happening. I like your car. Why do you smell like milk?
It's the vitamin D whole milk.
Oh,
Anyways, so I opened it up, and I don't think I had used the trunk for, like, a couple months. Living in the Northwest,
holy Lord.
it's damp up here, so things grow everywhere. Like, there's mold and mildew growing on everything
Yeah,
in
yeah, that
where
makes
I
sense.
live. And I opened up the trunk, and it was just, like, this white stuff. Like, that white fuzzy stuff everywhere all over the trunk, and I was like, "What the f—" And I was like, "Oh, I never cleaned up that milk."
Milk too. Oh.
I know, it was
Oh.
gross. It was gross.
Did you
I
drink
think
whole
I
milk? Whole
No, not anymore, I drink soy milk now,
Oh,
but
right.
yeah, it was back then. But anyways,
Anywho,
I think I just took, like, the spray bleach to it and killed everything, so
that's my go-to for anything.
yeah, I love the spray bleach, it's
Me
my
too.
favorite thing.
But I've ruined so many clothes,
Oh,
like, where I'll
yeah.
be like, "Oh," I'm always, like, in nice clothes, and I'm like, "I'm gonna clean my toilet," and, like
Uh-huh. Yep.
so smart.
Yeah. Well, today, we are talking about homelessness, or the unhoused, as I think it's currently
Mhm.
preferred by many advocacy groups, or someone who is experiencing homelessness,
Yes.
or I like to say housing insecure or instability. But I think we both at one point in our lives found ourselves, let's just say, precariously housed.
Yes.
We had provisional accommodation. We didn't actually have a home of our own.
Mhm.
And I guess you could call it couch surfing, but I said that I was homeless
Mhm.
because I didn't have a home. I had just moved out. I was living with somebody in Silver Lake, and he up and moved to New York without giving me any notice.
So
So I
nice.
didn't have time to find a place on my own. So I put all my large things in a storage unit. I put all my clothes and anything that I might need daily into my car, my
Mm.
beater car. And luckily, we had met this wonderful person named Sansi who,
Mm.
I don't know, who offered me her futon to sleep on for as long as I needed in her tiny little Santa Monica, or was it Venice?
Nope,
Venice
Santa
apartment.
Monica. It was Santa
Santa
Monica.
Monica.
Mhm.
Santa Monica apartment. And she said, "You're welcome to stay." And I didn't even know her. I hardly knew her. Like, we worked together for maybe a couple weeks, spoke here and there, and she offered her home up to me. And I crashed on her futon for 3 whole months.
You did for 3 months. Gosh, I remember
3
that time too.
months. Yeah. And I remember, like, after the first week, because she had stray cats at the time that she was taking care of, so
Yes.
she had fleas everywhere. And so I had flea bites all over my legs. I Small price to pay. I remember just being so sad and miserable until we kind of bonded, and I cleaned up her house a little bit because I like things clean. And I just realized, like, this is a person that doesn't think of herself first. Like, she puts others always first, and she did.
Warm, warm, wonderful person.
Such a wonderful person. I mean, we didn't have a lot in common because we were not cut from the same cloth, but it doesn't matter that you find somebody
Mhm.
who's just so warm and welcoming. And it was really hard for me not
Yeah.
having a stable anything. I had a
Yeah.
job, but I didn't have a home.
And that's the difference for us is, like, we were, we both were at the times that I like, all I had was my job. That was it. Like,
Yeah.
I at one point, I didn't have a car anymore either, so I was taking the bus and also
Ah, I
didn't
remember
have a
that.
place to live. So but I also this is the thing, we are so lucky, both of us, we have a family.
Uh,
My parents are they gave me all the tools to live a successful, you know, prosper pros prosperous life. So, it's important, I think, because of, addiction happening to me or not happening to me. I was born with it, but there are people out there that are homeless that don't have family. And so,
right.
what was it for you, Emily? What was it?
Mm.
What kept you from going to your parents and being like, I'm living on this, I'm living in my car or
It
I'm
was
living on the couch.
pride.
Absolutely. Same here.
Absolutely pride, because same thing. I grew up with the ability, they taught me, I have a college degree.
Mhm.
I, should have been able to or I say I should have, this is me going down a shame spiral, but at the time I just beat myself up daily. Why
Mhm.
don't you have your shit together?
Yeah.
How old was I? I was 26, 27 at
That's
the
the thing.
time.
That's the 20s. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
what you're supposed to be doing, and both of us were in our own spirals of, like, I have turned out to be the biggest failure of all the worlds, and
We're
yeah,
not.
and we're
We're
not,
not.
and
Y
we
I
made
was
poor
just
choices for sure.
Yeah, I've definitely made my fair share of poor choices, but it's those choices that have led me to where I'm at now. I've learned so much from all of
Yeah,
my poor choices.
right.
And do I repeat them? A lot of times, yes.
Yes, indeed. Sometimes it takes multiple goes to
Sometimes it
really learn.
does.
Yep.
Yep. Yep, for it to really sink in, and then other times it just takes once.
Yeah, right,
Yeah, and at the time, I always considered myself to be financially responsible, but I
mhm,
wasn't. I
right?
mean, we were living in LA, and I was on minimum wage, which was what, $8 an hour?
Yeah,
Something like that?
right,
And that's not much money for Los Angeles. And I think, I was paying anywhere between 800 and $1,000 for rent at the
right,
time
and if that
because I
was a,
did
like, deal,
that
not
was a
over
deal.
1,000, yeah,
Right. I tried the roommate thing. Roommates are fine, but it's hard to find the right roommate.
mhm,
And also, wanting to live in a specific neighborhood, this or that.
right, right.
Yeah, found myself without a home. And yeah, it was not easy.
What was the worst part
Mm,
of, like, thinking about waking up in the morning, this is, like, when you're sleeping in your car, like,
yeah.
what was the worst part of that? Like, there's many things I'm sure that were bad, but I bet there's, like, one specific thing that sticks out to you.
Well, I don't recall that I ever actually slept in my car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Know that before Sansi had let me stay with her, I believe I stayed on my friend Hillary's couch for about a week. I
Who
also
had the naked cats?
that was Nikki.
Nikki, okay.
She let me stay on her couch for a month. So I think I was without a home and this
Wow.
happened several times when I was in LA between apartments. I recall it happening 3 times that
Yeah,
I experienced not having a home and that I was living out of my car, literally
yeah.
just putting everything that I had in a car. I remember at one point, I even gave all my furniture to my friend Kim to
Mm.
hold on to
Oh,
because
right.
she needed like a couch and some stuff. And I said, well, if you can just hold on to my stuff till I can get settled.
Yeah, you gave
Um,
me a shelf. Oh, a
oh,
nice, cute little corner shelf. A
oh, nice.
bookshelf. Yeah, I gave it
Oh,
back. I
good.
hope.
I have no idea.
I'm
I
pretty
do not
sure
have
I
a
did.
Yep, I'm sure you did. I just don't have a very good memory anymore.
That's okay.
Chemotherapy and menopause have ruined my memory.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Who would have thunk this? Because 'cause I'm in our LA world right now, and then for you to say chemotherapy and menopause, it's like,
I know. How old are we?
I said today, I was like, "Oh my god, I bet you're talking to a 45-year-old man." I was talking to my niece about talking to some dude on the internet, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm 45." It's like, am I gonna have to up the number now? It's like, "It's like you're talking to a 65-year-old man." No, 45 is creepy.
So, I'm so sorry. What was your question? You
What was
had
the
asked
worst part about what was the worst part about being unhoused? Like,
Oh,
detail-wise, not like, "Oh, the shame, oh, the"
yeah, for me, it was having all of my clothes, everything in my car. Every
That's
day I would
hard.
have to go out there and like find an outfit. And I'm sure it came across my mind, but I'm so relieved and grateful that my car was never broken into
Yeah, right?
because I had all my shit in there.
Yeah.
I mean, every item of clothing, all my toiletries, anything else that I might need, everything was in my car and you could see it just hanging
Yeah.
there in the back seat.
That's the blessing of a beater. Like, people are not generally
Um,
Now wait, was your car a 5-speed? Was it a manual?
It was a Jetta, yeah.
Was it manual, like a stick shift?
No, no,
Oh,
no, no,
okay,
that car was not, no.
okay.
Um,
That
anyway,
also
so
protects you from people breaking into cars, as if you have a manual.
Oh, really? They break
Yeah,
into
'cause
those?
they don't,
Oh,
because
they
they
don't?
can't drive it.
Oh,
Like,
I
people
could.
a lot of people I know. Up top. Mhm.
Yeah.
Bitches who drive manual. Hell
That's
yeah.
right, I love driving a manual car.
I do
So
too.
fun.
I miss it. That's what I want my next beater to be.
They sell cars now that are 5 speeds that aren't beaters.
Don't want any part of it. I don't want a screen that shows me what's happening in the back, like, the screen thing.
Uh-huh.
That's
Don't
I don't
want
like
it.
that. Mm-mm.
Alright,
I've
cool.
driven many a car with it, and I'm like, "Ugh," like, there's like, "Ah," like, so I forget how to just drive, like, You do.
That's true. You're focused on so many other things when you have a screen. Yeah, that's my big beef with driving my dumpster is I'm kidding, I don't drive a dumpster.
Hold on.
I don't like all these new EV cars where it's just like a computer screen right there. I
Yeah.
really like knobs and buttons so that I don't have to look
Yeah.
and then, like, figure out where things are. I like to be able to just feel for things. I'm a
Yeah.
feeler, not a
Me
looker.
mm.
Yeah.
Wait, what is the other term that I'm a grower, not a shower? I don't know if I've ever said those words before, but there we go.
Well, now you have
Now I
on a
have
podcast.
on a podcast.
All right, so I think, yeah, every day having to go out to my car and
Dig through
just
the clothes, yeah.
feeling very scared and vulnerable, and knowing that my entire life was in this one vehicle. And I didn't actually have a game plan. I didn't know what my next step was. I don't know that I was seriously looking for something because I couldn't afford anything on my own, and I didn't quite know where to look. And
Mhm.
this was still when things were on Craigslist. So maybe I
Yeah,
was looking every now and then.
just not finding
But,
something.
this was the early aughts. This was probably, what, 2005, 6, 7,
Yeah,
something along those
yeah.
before 2007.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that was it. How about you? What was the worst part for you? And tell me your story.
Oh, well, so I moved to Los Angeles with a best friend that turned out to be my boyfriend, and we moved in
Right?
together. We had an adorable apartment that I picked out. I handled it. We were in Northern Virginia, and we went out for a visit, and I got in touch with it was at the Hollymont on Vermont in
I remember
Lucille.
that. I love that place.
Frickin' I saw that apartment building and I was like, "This is where we're gonna live." And then I went in and I found the people and I was like, "What do I need to do?" They were lovely. So I got us that place. 675 was the rent. And
Whoa.
we split it. So my rent was 337.50 a month. And it was, I was just saying the other day, like the very early stages of LA, from the jump, I did not like LA, period. I knew the
Right.
morning I woke up the first day I was there, I was like, I don't belong here. But I was like, but I'm gonna stay here off and on for 8 years. So I still just pushed forward, and unfortunately, we ended up breaking up in a very sad way. There was a big tragedy. And so I moved out from there. And that's really when my alcoholism and drug addiction was shining. It was a shining moment. So then when I left, my mom came out to visit. Her and my dad agreed to help me with an apartment off of right where the Casbah was and the coffee shop. Oh, I can't think of the
Oh,
name.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah. No, it
what
was
was the
right
name of
on
that
like
street?
Sunset and Lucille are right around there because I used to live on Lucille and
Yes,
Melrose.
yes, yes, yes. And so,
Yeah,
I got this place. It was $975. The
I
landlord
remember that.
agreed to let me just sign a 6-month lease because I was like, I can't afford this. And my folks were like, you can't afford this. But I needed a place and I had 2 jobs. So I was doing all the stuff to survive, but one poor choice after another. And then once the 6-month came, I was like, I can't afford it. So I moved out, and that's when you
I
had moved out of Sauntzy.
I thought you were there in that apartment for longer than that.
6
It was only
months.
6 months?
Mhm.
Really?
I
Okay.
think maybe it was a year. Maybe it was a year. Who knows? I don't remember because I was pretty much drunk the entire time I was there. Like, I would wake
Oh.
up on my kitchen floor like, "What was I doing?" And I would have sent out a bunch of texts to dudes that I was sort of seeing, and then when I woke up one morning and someone had been throwing dirt at my window to try and wake me up because I was passed out drunk, and I had
Was
a
it
bunch of
me?
missed calls. No, it was who was it at the time? I think it was that West dude. Anyhow, so when I moved out of there and I went and stayed on Sauntzy's couch, and you had moved out. Yes, it was the place in that basement. Yes, yeah. And that was, a period of time that I stayed with Sansi, and that she also had a band that was living there, and so it was
That's right.
I remember I didn't even take my shoes off when I got home from work and went to bed. Like, I literally laid on the futon with my shoes on. I didn't even take them off. I was like, "There's
Why
no
is that? Because it was
I didn't
gross?
have a blanket, I didn't have anything. I don't like dirty socks, and so my socks are probably dirty, and I really didn't wanna see that, so I just kept my shoes
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
But,
her place was pretty filthy.
but it was filled with, like, laughter and
It
fun
was.
and
I mean,
and
it was yeah.
it was worth but yeah, I remember, like, not washing my face for the first time, which continued on, like, but that was always a really bad sign if I woke up and I hadn't washed my face, and I'm like, we're at the bottom of the barrel, Courtney." But so there was that period of time, and then my last period of time was, I had moved out. I was working in Santa Monica. I was staying on my friend, gosh, she's so wonderful, Brittany, her couch, and her couch was one of those love seats, like, this big, so I remember my feet hung off the love seat when I slept, and then I just started sleeping on
Oh,
the floor, but
no.
that's when I had crashed my car and totaled it, and so I didn't have a car, and I was just taking the bus from work back to Brittany's, and that's when I got caught at work drinking all the booze, and everybody was concerned, and then I made the choice to go to rehab. So, I mean, I was without a home for at least another 2 years because I was crashing at my sister's. They were kind enough to let me stay with them while raising a toddler, and then they
Right.
just were like, "You can come stay here even though you're a very depressed 32-year-old, alcoholic." And they were like, "Yeah, we'll take care of you too." But they didn't. They really had great boundaries, and,
Good.
it's part of the reason why I'm sober today, so, yeah.
That's
Those
wonderful. I think it's super important to have boundaries if you're going to help someone out
mage.
and lay down the rules, tell them, what's acceptable, what's not. So what were some of the rules and stuff they had for you?
Well, at first, they were really, like they asked me, they were like, "Do you want us to get rid of all the alcohol in the house? Do you want us to not,
Oh,
offer," and I was like, "No, I want you guys to just live your normal lives. It's fine. I have to change. Like, it's not you guys." But honestly, I wanted them to keep the booze in the house so I could steal it. And that's exactly what I did. And I got caught multiple times, once putting water into my brother in law's Crown Royal, and he noticed. And so he told my sister, and then my sister was like, "We need to take your key." I mean, and I was like,
oh,
"Understood, understood." I would cook dinner 2 nights a week, like, I did all the bare minimum, and I had a job, I was working, but I
that's
was
yeah.
just miserable and telling everybody I was sober, but I was, yeah, drinking in secret, so that will kick you to the streets pretty quick, but I did find an apartment, oh my word, I found an apartment down the street from my sister's. I had passed it multiple times, and a sign just came out. I went and looked at it, and I was like, "Oh my god." It's a basement apartment, low ceilings, but it had wood floors, it had exposed brick, and it had a fireplace. And
Oh,
it
how
came it
lovely.
came with a parking space, it came with Wi-Fi included. Get this, the price for that place, again, own parking spot, all I had to pay for was my electricity, DirecTV came with it, and it was $340.
Shut the front door.
And I was like I teared up. I remember I was like, this is," and she's like, "No one, literally no one has had this reaction to this apartment."
Is this a place you still have?
Yeah.
Oh,
It has 2 windows. I mean, it is a basement apartment, and it with
is
all
it in
the
someone's home?
yeah, it's
Oh,
so
okay.
the upstairs is one it's like a family lives up there, and then the
Okay.
basement is separated into 2 little apartments, and they're precious,
Oh.
and I love them. You have to run a dehumidifier, like and it's not a mystery, it's almost like you're in your own home in the basement, and you're hearing your family walk around upstairs, like, there's no mystery.
Oh,
There's
I
no
kinda love
soundproof.
that.
I mean, it has I feel very similar to the apartment as I do to the car. I have seen some hard times in these places, and I've survived it all, so I'm really not
Yeah.
ready to part ways with it quite yet, but
Well,
yeah,
turn it into, your podcast studio,
that's what I need to
and
do.
yep, and that will be your sanctuary that you can go to 1 or 2 nights a week and
Yes.
podcast.
That's
Mm.
and that's been what I wanted to do, yeah, so I love it. I love it. It's where I go to kind of decompress when I need to be alone
Yeah,
because I still need that.
yeah. So, I know that I moved into a super small place immediately after experiencing homelessness. It sounds
Right,
like you did too.
absolutely.
And yeah, sometimes you just need that small coziness in order
Mm.
to help bring you back to life.
And also that comfort, like that
That yeah.
security, and I don't know about you, but I for sure the gratitude I had for the smaller things, I'm
Yeah.
so grateful. I'm so grateful to experience
Ye
what I have because that apartment that I went into and I was like, "That's gorgeous," and she was
uh,
like,
yeah.
"No one," and I mean, I wanted a space that was all my own and that was completely mine, that I rented. I was not buying any
Well,
place,
it is
but
yours.
yeah, they did sell the house. The house has been sold with me in it. So they they sold it and I came with the house, which I
Love
love.
it.
Yeah, so they all really like me and I keep my eyes peeled on stuff, so it's good. But yeah,
That's
I feel
good.
like the gratitude that I learned from my personal temporary unhoused parts of my story. I don't know, I wouldn't trade it for the world because of the gratitude that I have for like right now for the first time in my adult life, I'm living in a house that has laundry. What? Like that's bougie.
Your sisters didn't have laundry?
No, they did. I guess that doesn't count. But
Okay.
yeah, okay. But
All
this
your apartments, yes.
all of my apartments. Like my last apartment, no laundry. So I knew how to buy enough panties and buy
Yep.
enough socks. Socks and panties,
Yeah. Yeah, when I first moved up to Seattle, I was renting a place, and that was the first place that had laundry in the unit, and I was like, "Oh my god, I
Mhm.
have laundry in my
I
house."
know, it's so bougie. I still don't get over I'm still grateful for when I have clothes to wash. And so I'm always washing his clothes, happy to do it. Happy to do it. Love to fold laundry, love it. So
I've got a load going right now.
yeah,
I
I
know.
need to get
Yeah.
one going. But I
Yeah.
also dishwasher, never had a dishwasher.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have one now. You do have one.
Well, now I do, and yeah, again, when I moved up here to Seattle, first dishwasher, first microwave.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
in LA, I didn't have a microwave. I didn't really I mean, I could have gotten one, but I didn't have the counter space really.
That's
But I also
exactly
didn't want one because I was like, I
yeah.
can heat stuff up on the stove or the oven in 10 or 15 minutes. So I think for what, 12 years, I didn't have a microwave. I didn't have
You're
a dishwasher.
speaking that's
Yeah.
exactly my apartment. Haven't
And I
still
I
don't have a
think
microwave there.
most of those old Hollywood apartments are very much like that, where you've
Yeah,
got laundry, communal laundry somewhere, nothing has dishwasher,
no.
any of that, which
And a
is
lot of them
fine.
didn't come with fridges. You remember learning that? I was like, "Holy crap." Like a lot
Did you
of
have to buy
the
a refrigerator?
or I bought it from the people that lived there before, like it wasn't included, something
Oh.
like that. I remember when
Yeah, I
Elijah and
think I
I were
remember
moving
that.
out,
I
it
think I remember
was
that about you.
yeah, that was part of it.
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" And they never came with microwaves. Yeah. But
Yeah.
again, I found ways to eat food out of the oven. Foil, just wrap it in foil, put it in there.
I ate a lot of cold food.
Yeah.
So that basement apartment yeah, seriously. That basement apartment I moved into after I moved out of Sansi's, her futon, didn't have a kitchen. It just had a little toaster oven and a microwave.
That's right. And you the bathroom sink, you had to wash your dishes in the
I
bath, and
washed
you were
everything in the
like,
bathroom sink. Yes. I ate a lot of raw broccoli dipped in whatever, and it
"Yep."
had like a mini fridge, not a full fridge or
Oh,
anything.
I remember that. How
Yeah,
much
and
was that place? It
it
was
was
cheap.
it was like 600 a month, I think.
Yeah, it was a deal.
Yeah, and then I did have laundry out in the garage, so that was nice.
That's bougie.
And it was, 1 block off Silver Lake, and I ran around there every day. Like, it was perfect for me because lived on the east side. I wanted to continue living over there, and I loved Silver
Yeah.
Lake. And this
You were
was
on the
before
hop
s
skip from the Silver
Yeah.
Lake was reservoir.
Yeah, and this was before they redid the reservoir, so I
Mm.
used to run around that on Silver Lake Boulevard before there was any kind of petitions
Yeah,
between
safety.
there wasn't even a sidewalk at that point,
No,
it
right?
was a shithole, and, yeah, I just remember, like, running and their cars zipping past you, but now
Yeah.
it's gorgeous, I don't know if you've seen it since
Mm,
Oh, you have, because they redid
yeah,
it yeah, and there's a
because you
beautiful park there, and, yeah,
the
it's
dog
beautiful
park, I
now.
frequented that dog park, and
That's
they have a
right.
little dog park, which that was perfect for roosters, so
Yeah.
that was good times.
Yeah.
I liked that
I was
place.
yeah. And then I was there for about 8 months and realized that I needed something a little bit more. But while I was there, and I still had a storage unit at this point because none of
Mhm.
my furniture fit in this place, I believe. So I was still paying for that monthly. And I realized I just wanted to get a bigger place. I didn't want to live, in this tiny little basement. Again, low ceilings, super low ceilings, and
Yeah,
I
that's
needed a
tough.
kitchen and that sort of thing.
You did need a kitchen, that's
That
hard.
was awful. It was hard. I remember getting Trader Joe's frozen pizzas and having to cut them in half while they're frozen and sticking them in the toaster oven.
You do what you have to do.
Yeah, you do. And that was that. So that's getting to my point is regardless of your housing situation and what you have to live with, your amenities and whatnot, you find a way.
You do. Yeah.
And uh, you know, recently I found myself in Europe without my suitcase because it didn't make it
Yes.
on the plane,
Oh,
and
God.
I had packed my giant suitcase, and it was like 47 pounds when I checked it in.
Barely
Yeah,
made it.
yeah, I
Oh,
know.
man.
Because I had brought everything with me. So here I am I'm in Italy now. I don't have a stitch of anything on me. I don't have makeup, nothing, hairbrush, nothing. And had to like go to Sephora and buy a hairbrush and some mascara and
For, like,
deodorant and whatnot.
$2,000, right?
Actually, no, it's much cheaper in Italy.
Is it?
And the
Oh,
clothes,
that's
oh
cool.
yeah, and the clothes over there. So I'm buying all these Italian clothes. All these, I probably bought 2 pairs of pants and like 3 shirts for
That's
like
kind of
handmade
exciting.
Italian for not. It was like 50 euros for a pair of pants. Anyway, I realized, and it goes back to every single time I found myself, in a smaller place or living out of my car and finding yourself without everything that you need or that you're normally used to having.
Right.
You can get by with the bare minimum. So here
Yes.
we are living in, this capitalistic, consumer-driven country where we think we need all this shit, and we don't. We don't need any of it to get by. Less is
That is
more.
my and
Yeah.
unfortunately, I tried Jonathan is really getting on board with that, less is more. I mean, if I'm not using it on a daily basis and it's not gonna come in handy in a season, I don't keep it. I want
Fantastic.
and we don't
I've been
really
doing
decorate either. We
Yeah.
don't I put that clock up. That's the clock I bought for my other apartment from Target over 12 years ago, and I was
Lovely. It's
like, "This
cute.
will be one." I love it. It doesn't have a battery in it, so it's been 11:05 for, like, 12 years.
Oh, well, it's 11:52 now, my
Yeah.
time.
Oh, oh! Right on
It's
schedule.
so it's accurate twice a day.
Yeah. But, like, my niece came in here to the house, and she was like, "You guys need to, like, hang stuff." And I was like, "No, we don't." I think that stuff is stupid, unless it's something that I have coveted and means a lot to me.
Yeah, yeah. So my new thing is if I want to buy something, I have to get rid of something else. And
Love it.
I hope that it's something that I can donate and pay it
Yes.
forward somehow. So my
Giveaway.
every week I'm now trying to declutter one room in my house.
Mhm.
I have a very small house.
It's gorgeous. It's precious.
I know. I'm filled with gratitude and I'm very fortunate that I
You
was
were
able
living in
to
a
buy a
place where
house.
you were washing dishes in your sink.
I
Like,
know.
look
I
at
was washing in
you.
my bathroom sink,
And you worked
and
hard for where you are, so, like
I did. I worked very hard to get to where I'm at, and I didn't put a lot of money down for my house. I just happened to buy, I guess, at the right time, if you will, when it was in 2015, when the housing market was just starting to skyrocket and go crazy. And I found myself with a little bit of savings, and I thought I can put
good for
5%
you.
down. Yeah, it was hard. I did it all by myself. I didn't have a co-signer. My parents didn't give me any money. Yeah, that was just years of saving
Lord,
and
I couldn't snap hard enough. Girl,
thank you. I
look
mean,
at you. That's
and
phenomenal.
it honestly and it took months of being like, "Okay, you can only spend, $50 on grocery this week. You're gonna work your ass off." Like, "Do not spend money," was my
Yeah.
motto, and I made that happen. And I basically live paycheck to paycheck because I'm a freelancer and I don't have a guaranteed income ever.
Mm.
So, I've gotten really good at budgeting and not spending money because I do fear all the time that, I'm gonna wind up homeless again at some point.
And it
I
keeps
have
you a healthy fear.
It's a healthy fear. So I have got a few stats for you. You ready?
Yeah, I'd love to hear them.
All right. So here we go. According to Lend Edu, 40.1% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency.
That's
That's almost half of Americans. Like if $1,000 something happened, they won't be able to cover that.
Dave Ramsey says to always have $1,000 in savings. That's the first thing you do.
Good. Do you?
Yeah, I
Good.
actually
Me
do.
too.
But
Good.
that's it.
Me too. Yeah. All right, here's another one. According to United Way NCA, there are currently 28 vacant homes for every one person experiencing homelessness in the US.
Unreal.
How shitty is that? That we have all these vacant homes and they literally just tore down a house across the street from me last summer and built 6 new places
Ugh,
on this one tiny little lot. That they're building all these new homes when there are all these vacant homes that
yeah.
need that need somebody to come and take care of them and live in
Yeah.
them. But yet, every time I go back home to Denver, and my parents don't live in the city, they're kind of out in the burbs a little bit, but we drive through what used to be pasture land and kind of fields, and it's
Mm.
all just been developed, and it's just these little communities. Why are we building all these homes when there are these vacant places everywhere?
Yeah, I'm very hopeful that within the new generation coming through and they're wonderful, optimistic, and forward thinking, they will be able to come up with a solution, like
Yeah.
because I've sat around, I mean, I wish I knew what the answer was, and I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
Here's a scary thing is we're getting older. According to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, older adults, those 55 and over, are the fastest growing group of people experiencing homelessness in America and are increasingly cost burdened, with their numbers estimated to triple between 2017 and 2030.
That's dark.
It is. It's frightening because
But
these
knowledge
people
is
are
power.
yeah, but what do you do when say you're 70 and you're
Mm,
retired?
mm.
And you're living on Social Security that's not a lot of money and a very tight budget every single month. We have had such crazy inflation here over the past 5 years. Okay, over 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, while three of the richest men own more wealth than the bottom 50%. And between 2020 and 2024, food prices rose 25% and rent jumped more than 20% in most cities, according to STEP. So that means if you're retired and you've let's just say you've got a $3,000 a month income, that's
Mhm.
Social Security plus whatever retirement that you have been fortunate enough to save. And I think that a lot of people aren't able to do that these days.
Right.
With food prices jumping 25% in 4 years, how do you make that happen?
It's insane.
It's insane.
Do you know there's 2 Emilys and Courtneys out in Los Angeles, though a lot of things are different, but they're figuring it out there, in this minefield of all of
Yeah,
the craziness that's happening.
yeah.
So they figure out a way to make it work.
I just think of myself, I haven't been actively contributing to my 401k since about 2020
Yeah, me
because
neither. That's yeah.
yeah, my industry got hit pretty hard with COVID at first, and it took a minute for things to get back up, and then we had a bunch of strikes.
Mhm.
So, and then the production industry here in Seattle just kind of tanked over the past few years. And then I got cancer and I couldn't work. And I didn't
It's
work for,
unreal.
a good year. And then, slowly as I've been getting back into it, I realized, well, this is another episode, but that I just can't continue on in this industry anymore. So, trying to figure out what to do next. But yeah, I haven't been able to contribute to that. And it weighs on me every
Yeah.
day that as long as I can pay my mortgage, I'm good. I even had a few people tell me when I was going through cancer treatment and I had a GoFundMe, and they were like, well, you don't need a GoFundMe, just sell your house and pay for everything that way. And I said,
Sweet.
if I sell my house, where the fuck am I supposed to live?
You'll be cancer free, but you'll be living in the car again.
Right. That's insane that
Sell
we
your
should
house. Yeah.
sell my house in order to pay for my medical bills. Granted, I had insurance, so it covered a good portion of my medical bills, but I still had my monthly bills and, my premiums and a bunch of other hospital bills that I did have to pay. And so I'm very grateful for the GoFundMe, although that sickens me to think every day that people have to ask for these GoFundMes and help to pay for medical bills.
But on the
Anyway,
other side of that, how cool is it that we're surrounded with people that are willing to help? Like, I'm willing to help. People pop up with a GoFundMe, and I'm like,
yep,
go,
yep,
you got it. I mean,
yeah.
$5, $10, like,
I have donated to people I don't even know.
yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
20 bucks. I if I can give you 20 bucks, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
It
If
sucks
I've
to be
got it,
in whatever position that you're
for
in,
sure.
and every little bit does count. So I think at the end of the day, the one thing I have to walk away with, remind myself of, in order to hopefully never be in that situation again, always surround yourself with kind, loving people because they will let you crash on their futon.
For sure. And
And
you would let someone crash on your futon.
in a heartbeat. And I have let people stay here in my house, but yeah, I've got a vacant room, and if it helps you out, then that's fine. But also, don't buy stuff.
Yeah.
We don't need stuff. Like, if you're tempted to buy stuff, maybe just put that 20 bucks into a rainy day jar somewhere. I don't know. I'm
But
no
yeah,
expert.
but we both have life experience that I know for me, I'm a slow learner. So it has taken multiple, making the wrong choice multiple times, and I'm still learning. I will be
Mhm.
teachable until I die, but you do learn from having this life experience. So both of us are really lucky that it only got as bad as it did for either of
Right.
us, and then
Yeah.
also that we were able to use that and that helped propel us forward and, know what we don't want, which is to be unhoused.
Right.
So that is definitely and that's mainly why I chose to stay in Virginia rather than go back out to Los Angeles after I got out of rehab because I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die out there. There's just too much opportunity and it was too hard. I wasn't able to to hack it. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad and now look at you, you have
Uh,
2 homes.
can you I've got 2 homes.
You have 2 homes.
Hold on, I couldn't hear you. I have to get off my high horse. You car easy, Bella. Easy, Bella.
Don't break your legs on the way
I never
off.
oh god. God, that would suck. I've had broken feet, and that is a bitch.
You have 2 at the same time?
Not at the same time. I've broken both of them separately, once when I was 16 and once when I was 25, leaving a Christmas party. I rolled my foot and I had been so drunk at the Christmas party, I'd gotten kicked out of the club. And
Nice.
so everyone from the company I worked for saw me the next day with a broken foot. They thought I had broken my foot because I was so drunk and got kicked out of the club. But no, it happened later when I was sobered up and walking and just rolled my foot. And I'll tell you what, it's that but yeah, you appreciate wearing matching shoes again when you get to wear them.
I bet.
Wearing a boot
Courtney
and a
Holland,
shoe.
you are a class act.
I don't wanna brag, but I both my shoes match and I have a washer and dryer. Dreams come true.
They do, they do.
Did you know that 1 in 8 families or people, 1 in 8 are on SNAP services, which was the food stamps,
Oh,
which
yeah,
they've
1 in 8.
1 in 8. I heard that
Oh my
statistic this
god.
morning, yeah, and I was like, you really have to, wrap your mind around that. Food stamp because the SNAP is what food stamps was, so
Right,
and a lot of
right.
people don't even know what it is,
Yeah,
um,
and these assholes, I'm
well, it
sorry,
shows it's crazy. I don't
I do not
understand.
support what's happening in our country right now, I do not support it.
Do not either.
Um,
That'll have to be a whole other podcast.
yeah, regardless of your political views or where you stand, keep in mind that people are out there struggling every
Mhm.
day, and if you see an unhoused person on the streets,
Give 'em
know
Emily
that
White's address.
yeah, know that that wasn't their plan. I To be out there asking for money or sleeping in a tent, it's just because they can't afford it. They
Mm.
can't afford a roof over their head, and it doesn't mean they don't have a job.
1 in 3 Americans could only afford housing for a month or less if they lost their main income. It's
Yeah.
pretty powerful stuff.
23 out of every 10,000 Americans are experiencing homelessness, placing the U.S. among the worst performers globally for housing stability among developed nations, according to the global statistics.
No shock there. I don't
No
know.
shock there. And Goldman Sachs projects that 55% of Americans will be living paycheck to paycheck by 2033 and 65% by 2043, according to Newsweek. So yeah, I'm sorry to get off subject, but back to being kind in this unfortunate state we find ourselves right now. People are hungry and they've just lost their food benefits.
So scary. I don't even
It's very scary. That means that families, young children are going hungry. They're not going to have food on their plate or hardly any food on their plate right now. It's serious. And so when you see people at these food banks asking for food,
yeah.
asking for money, just have it in your heart. You don't have to donate money, but just have compassion for them.
But I will say that, you can reach out to local food banks, churches, find a
Yes.
place where if you've got food in your pantry to donate. That's been I worked at a food kitchen, a food pantry, volunteered, and I'm not on my high horse. It's 'cause I'm such a good person. Uh, no, but it's really eye-opening a lot of just made big families, and we have a lot of refugee families in this area. They came in from Syria, and they kept them together, so a lot of them are getting a lot of help from the food kitchens too, because they were totally displaced, their family members
Yeah.
I mean, it's just wild, so
Yeah.
but you can any local areas, you can look up your own food kitchen, there's lots of places or a food
Yeah.
pantry, yeah.
Yeah. And I have actually gone to food banks before and donated my time.
Mhm.
If you don't have food, donate your time.
Heck
I
yeah.
Yeah, but as we move into the colder months here in the United States,
Get rid of your
have
coats.
yeah, help people however you can.
Mhm.
Same with blankets. If you've got warm clothes, donate those. Again, like Courtney said, if you've got food, there's even a free little pantry down the block from me. Somebody has put
Mhm.
in their front yard, that
Yeah.
occasionally has cans and stuff. So
Oh,
build a
for
free
sure.
little pantry and teach your kids, to have compassion for others too.
Yeah.
Just be a good person. Be
Yeah.
kind to people.
Look for ways to help.
If you're struggling, look for the helpers in the world because they are out there
Yeah,
and ask for help if you can. I know it's difficult to ask for help. There are kind people out there that are willing to help you however they can, whether
for
that
sure.
is one meal or a place to stay. If you're struggling, just ask for help.
I think we've done it again. Like, I do wanna tell you though, for Halloween this year, you've seen The Big Lebowski, of course,
Have I?
I right? And I've always assumed everybody has seen that movie, knows all the references. I was the Jesus, had the
Don't want to
full
fuck with you.
jumpsuit. Yeah, no, sir, and nobody knew who I was. It
Get
went
out.
completely and I should have
You,
known. I was at a lesbian alcoholic,
and you went as a
house.
pedophile.
Yeah, truly. And they were like, I've seen that movie." So there's John
Yep.
Turturro.
Uh huh.
You'll love this. And there's me.
Oh my God. That is so good.
Isn't it incredible? Here's another one. I love it. I mean, I even had the
You even have the crazy look in your eye.
Yeah, look, I have the ball,
The
the
bowling
bowling
ball.
ball thing. It came with that. It came with a hand. Yeah, here's
Oh, Courtney, this is one of your finer ones.
right?
This may be
And
your best one.
I think that Pitbull was my best one because there's nothing I love more than dressing up as men. I am
Yep,
a
I have
gorgeous
one of you. My picture for you on my phone is of you as you've got the skull cap thingy on.
Yeah.
You're wearing your what do I want to call
Was
it?
a cholo.
You were a cholo. Uh-huh.
Latin king. But
Uh-huh.
Jonathan, my fellow, was supposed to go with me because he looks like Jeff Bridges, but long story short, couldn't make it, so my niece went with me, and I showed her a picture of the dude, which Jeff Bridges, he's hot, he's young back then, and all she saw was old man. So let me show you the effort she put in to make herself look really old. I was like, "He's gorgeous. I can't believe," like she's 16. Do you see the wrinkles
Oh my
on her
God.
forehead? She looks like she's dead. And then she's also driving, so I've got her driving us in her
That
car.
is
She's 16.
hysterical.
Yeah, we had a good time.
That is fun.
Yeah.
Good for you
So,
guys.
I know, it was a good time.
I have always wanted to go as a nudist colony for Halloween.
The whole thing.
Getting a group of people together and buying nude onesies,
Oh, I love it.
leotards,
That's
and
adorable.
if you want to put like fig leaves on or whatever you
Yeah.
want, and just going as a nudist colony.
That's a great idea.
Maybe
I get to
maybe
pick.
I'll have to fly out there and we
Oh,
can do an
so much fun.
in-person
That
episode
would be fantastic. Yeah.
where we dress up.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Hey, please reach out to us. You can find us on Instagram at thatwasn'ttheplan_podcast. And you can always email us at
please.
thatwasn'ttheplanpod@gmail.com or find us online at thatwasn'ttheplan.com. Please reach out to us. Give us your stories of That Wasn't the Plan. And until next week, Courtney, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
We'll
As
talk
always.
to Yeah, as always. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to That Wasn't the Plan. If you found it helpful or at least mildly entertaining, a quick rating, review, and a click on the subscribe button would be lovely. And it genuinely helps us. And if a friend comes to mind, please share. Until next time, bye.